Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it is for you. It is time for more OTR coverage. Today we have Flouche versus Volc in the first round of lower bracket of the tournament. I'm Tobias. With me on commentary today is Sir Nyquil of Sealand. Nyquil, how are you? Mute, apparently. There we go.
Thing I have at the start of every race where I can't hear the person in here. Hold on one second. I think I know how to fix that. I think I muted you, and now let's see if I can hear you talk. Oh, okay.
So the root thing for me would be to just not say anything right now, right?
Actually, I'm going to leave you for 1 second, Tobias. Once I start hearing you in my ears, I will join on the commentary.
I'm gonna just talk to you here, Nyquil, and end the charade. Anyway, let's look at the stats for a little bit. Head to head, so far, Flouche and Volc have met each other in 33 races, and of those, Flouche got the better end of the deal 21 times. Volc did that 12 times. Flouche also qualified slightly higher than Volc. Flouche qualified in rank 3, whereas Volc ended up in rank 14. Both of them seasoned runners. Both of them have have hundreds of races on race time under their belts. And in the last 10 races, it looks like Flouche placed first in 3 of those, but Volc placed first in 6. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, it is time to swap on over to the race screen. We are just about to get going. Let's have a look at what this seed will treat us to.
And I can hear Tobias, so we are fixed.
Yay! Good to hear you as well, Nyquil. So, we are looking at a Kokiri Emerald start. We're also starting with Nocturne. That means we get easy access to Shadow Temple. Who knows how that is going to play into things? But we're also doing at least 6 dungeons today.
Yeah, not what you want to see sometimes with a stone start, but gotta play the seed.
We gotta play the seed, and Flouche is immediately just heading to the Nocturne pad. To the graveyard, foregoing the hint stones, it seems. Outside Ganon's castle, foolish. Gerudo's fortress is foolish, and Gerudo Valley is also foolish, and Desert Colossus gives us Lullaby. Okay! So that's immediately rude. And that hint stone says IGC on the path to Volvagia. Cool! That's a lot of info right away. So OGC, Fortress, and Valley are foolish. IGC on the path to Volvagia. And Zelda's Lullaby isn't achievable until we reach Colossus.
It'll be interesting to see what our medallions are for IGC access and where our lights are.
Yeah, I mean, would be really interesting to see, but we'll just have to keep guessing a little while longer, because that's just not what the game is telling us right now. I'm gonna mute my sound here for a little bit while you keep talking and I check audio levels.
Sounds good. So Flouche getting very nastily bodied by Dampe twice so far as he's going through, as they're both doing Dampe race check. If Dampe's got the goods for us today. I think one of the craziest things is I was watching What the Hell's race, and he got bodied by Dampe and still managed to pull off 48 seconds, which is something I can't pull off with a flawless race. That's also why I'm not a top 32 runner, or 64, or 192, or whatever. All right,
most of the time I end up between, and there's magic early on. So I'm getting some vibes that maybe the game wants us to be in Shadow Temple. With early magic and early Nocturne, I'm just getting that kind of vibe. We'll see.
You have to wait and also see if Shadow is a medallion or if it's a stone.
Either way, the game can want us to be there.
It's true.
But first, time for Kakariko.
Adult Cac, pretty strong opener. My preferred adult opener. Ooh,
We
a
get
bomb bag
bombs.
and Impa's Cow.
So, honestly, with that just showing up here, I might predict our runners, at least one of them at least, heading straight into the Dodongo's Cavern without even checking if that's a medallion or something. That's just too check-ins to ignore.
Yeah, there's so many checks. It doesn't make sense. Just might as well do it.
50 dead, 30 dead, 40 dead. Well, at least there's no skulls to worry about.
Unless it's not a 50 Kokiri sword for AD seed. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if anyone, like you said, does go into DC when they finish their CAC. They might both do it, actually.
It is kind of the thing you would expect to see here.
In that grotto. Oh, which wants a little bit of love, though. So.
I mean, more health is always good. Especially if you know that, I mean, we already have a Volvagia path, so we do know that
There's a medallion.
We would want, that's going to be a medallion, and that we would want a few extra hearts to deal with her. So
I think
it's not a bad shout.
Most runners want usually 5, 6 hearts before they go into fire. I would love 10 before I go in there. That's me. Alright, let's see what the open grotto has, and it has a hint for us. That's about it.
Haunted Wastelands is fire arrows. Well, okay, so that's Din's locked, so we only get one fire source this seed. We get Prelude from the Windmill, so that's not a outrageously useful song.
Quality of life song, depending on our dungeon layout and where stuff is. Not useful in the sense of getting us around the map, but it is a quality of life song. Depending on where our child spawn is. Alright, and Flouche automatically going back to Temple of Time, probably going to check the hints.
Yeah, would assume it's time to check the medallions, and we get Deku, Shadow, Fire, Spirit, DC, Jabu.
And going Child, even with the knowledge that DC is in fact a medallion.
I mean, at this point, you've decided that you probably want to get some more items, some more mobility first with the child songs. So you do know that you don't get ZL until you get Requiem, or until you get a whole boatload of items. So that might influence his decision to maybe see if there isn't some songs available for him. Looks like Volc is heading up the mountain, though.
Yep, so some early 5-minute divergence in this seed.
We appreciate that. Love to get more info about the seed early on.
Dine in chat just also pointed out that Shadow Trial, the fire arrows could be logic for Shadow Trial.
Or Din's Fire plus a hook long shot, I think. Or no, Din's Fire plus hover boots, maybe.
Dodongo and Jabu are our access to IGC. Not the worst dungeons, not the best. It all depends where the letter and Boomerang are. Alright. Volc heading on into Dodongo's Cavern. We'll see what... Oh, that's a fling shot on...
Slingshot. And this early in the game, you definitely just get that. Just convenient. It's a projectile weapon for getting into, for example, Child Spirit. Bottom of the well is something. Oh no, bottom of Zora's Fountain, I think, was just a piece of heart. Something. Yeah, exactly. Bottom of Zora's Fountain.
Slingshot's really good to get this child if you're especially... Oh, and there's our light arrows.
Okay, I guess we're playing Bombchu Bowling twice today.
Nice lady at the Bombchu Bowling stand is not getting blown up by us today.
So I have an idea what we might get for our Evil's Bane hint. Are you ready for Cacto Evil's Bane?
Oh, that's evil for the magic. Oh no, that's a graveyard. I think first bow in
No,
CAC.
I was thinking no, Bombag and Cac for access to Bomb 2 boating. But obviously, yeah, it could also be market to Evil's Bane.
Season, it seems to like being very obvious with its Evil's Bane hints. I've noticed.
Oh, I'm happy to just exclude the light arrows themselves from the Evil's Bane hint next season.
You know what? I do. One thing I do miss about the Shrubs tournament is you can go up and get the hint. You kind of missed that this season with the settings.
That was the idea of split win condition. Yes. We did also experiment at some point with having just the final hint stone at Temple of Time next to the three Foolishes be a light arrow hint, named item hint style. That wasn't really preferred though. Mark it on the path to Twin Rova.
Could easily be. Could that be the slingshot for a child?
Yeah, it could absolutely be the slingshot for child access into Spirit Temple.
If we got the song with slingshot and bombs, you could literally just go to Spirit and do pretty much almost all of child side. Actually, I think you could do all child side with slingshot and bombs. So far, nothing. Ooh, they'll jump by Volc. So far, nothing that we've seen in DC.
DC doesn't always have to be more than a medallion.
Volc's a much better player than I am because I did not see what was on the previous check in DC. Some of the top 32 runners are very, very good at peaks.
All pattern matching. The Ender Bridge chest was nothing there, so Volc already jumped down. There's eye drops. So far, we have no idea on if that might be a useful item. So handing those two bigger on. So there's some incentive for Flouche to not safe quit here. Yep, alternatively, he just says to hell with it.
Yeah, that's when Prelude comes in handy because now you can get back. You don't have to worry about save quitting. Because as most people probably know, but not everyone knows, if you save quit with eye drops, it reverts back to, I believe, the prescription in these settings.
Yep. Speaking of, yeah, we forgot to track the prelude on both runners. I just fixed that. Here we go. And I missed what song did Malin just provide us?
Missed the song. Oh, Serenade.
Serenade.
Just some seeds in Philo, and Lucius saying, I don't care, save quit, so those eye drops will become the prescription. I'm gonna really hope that you find a the Garon is nothing hint. That.
It's just a single check. What are the odds? That's certainly a child spawn. Underwater in Kokiri, in the Lost Woods. So technically, Deadhead in the Well gives a recovery heart and Deku stick capacity, so that is nothing. So Lost Woods from River. I think we already have bombs, so this already puts River into logic. But it is interesting. There's a bow, by the way, on the Dodongo's Cavern. It is interesting to see that that spawn, because I think you could finagle that into just having a early river access even without bombs.
You sure? Doesn't that? Oh, and there's Rudo's letter.
There's Rudo's letter. So we have bombs. We have Rudo's letter. We have a bow from King Dodongo here.
Sometimes you get a little nervous seeing those child dungeons with one copy of the letter, one copy of the boomerang, and the game's just like, here you go.
Why are we a rank from IGC access? Well, that's because IGC's path to Volvagia and Fire Temple often ends up being a mid-game dungeon. So...
Iku
You get a
shield on
boomerang
adult shooting?
And it looks like Volc just save scummed some things away. Probably just to walk into... Just to walk into... Save the rupees and save scummed away the walk into the shooting gallery.
Yep.
Now his turn to check medallions.
Yeah. Nothing on the Wolfos Grotto.
Almost time for more song checks for Flouche here. Let's see what Zarya teaches him.
I think on the tracker for Volc, we gotta switch it up. Dodongo was the Shadow. Yeah.
This is correct.
Alright. There, now it's looking better. Alright, now we're gonna get the other shooting, which we already saw was, I believe this was our, no, eye drops were on tail, and I believe this was nothing. Alright, what is our Zarya's check?
It is Minuet.
It's forest access for, Stone Forest. You don't have an
OoT
OoT
on the path to Queen Goma. Hey, we get a hint to the Kokiri, to the Deku tree, which is useful because obviously there is only one Kokiri sword in this entire game. We already have a slingshot, so this will get us closer to the Kokiri sword.
Yes, this will either be an item. This will either be Kokiri sword or an item leading to Kokiri sword.
And double hint, Goron City to Queen Goma, second instance, and what Deku Theater was, I did not see what that was.
I did not catch that either.
But yeah, I mean, we did get a Rudo's letter. Kakariko, Burning Cack teaches Song of Time. Rudo's letter in Goron City cannot be pointing towards Queen Goma here, because that's required to get Jabu access, and that would be a path to Baronate then. So there is another item that gets us access in Goron City somewhere.
Unfortunately, we don't have either of both of the songs that we need to start Goron Pop, and we did not want to go up and take a look at the maze as child. Volc has his 2 items from Hamachi Bowling. There's nothing on playing with the scrubs. We're gonna see what's on. Oh, nice, clean
Iron Boots.
Iron Boots on Target in the Woods.
Market to Twin Rover slingshot for Iron Boot.
For Stone Water.
Ew. I don't like that idea. Let's pretend to not have seen that for now.
As a commentator or chatter, I don't hate it. I hate it as a runner.
Yeah, as a runner, I would like to not be the case. Haunted Wasteland still teaches us fire arrows, or torches get us fire arrows.
Water Temple's just awful.
Zelda's Lullaby is on Requiem, not on OoT. Sorry, Kirby fan.
Yep. But we could have Storms on OoT, and that's always well, is this going to be a surprise? All dungeons see it or not? Market is still path to Twin Rova. Yeah, it's my belief that water's a terrible dungeon. There's only 4 checks that aren't keyed, and it's just the item requirement sometimes for what you have to do is just maddening.
That is true, and that is a horse. So yep. Epona getting a Epona on the Sacred Forest Meadow adult check Interesting. So that gets us across the Gerudo Valley. We do know Gerudo Fortress and Gerudo Valley are foolish. So nothing going on in there. Epona itself, in this case, only useful for GTG and or desert access, as well as potentially logically useful for getting big pose.
I've never learned the non-Epona's big pose strat. I've seen people try it. It just looks awful.
Yeah, basically, you just wait for a big po to spawn. Big pos have a 40% chance to spawn on any location that a big po would spawn with Epona.
And Mido's hoarding some goods.
Mido's hoarding a a Goron tunic and a hookshot. Hello.
Got a free T-shirt.
You get a free T-shirt. I visited Kokiri Forest and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. And also a hookshot. So this is more evidence that either or that whatever is inside Ganon's castle is it's kind of pointing more towards the hammer now, let's say.
Also with the tunic there, you can stop collecting hearts because now you don't have to worry about the timer.
Yeah, you do still have to worry about the enemies, so just don't get hurt. But
there's also in the back of your mind, you're also like, well, water might be his bone, but never know when Central Pillar comes into play.
And we do love Waterstone.
Link the Goron. One of my least favorite techs in the game. Does he have anything today?
Scale. And that is logical access into Zora's domain.
The scale, the question is, who's going to be the first person to go lake? Because with Foolish Valley, we really don't have a lot of incentive to go there. I mean, we do have a warp song, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
So the scale in Goron City is interesting. Both of them point to logical Zora's domain access. However, so like
he's the path to Queen Goma.
Yeah, so the question is like is either the scale or the letter path to Queen Goma, and somehow it could be.
I mean, the scale is logical access to domain now, so you never know. Or maybe our storage just on the vanilla Rudo's letter check.
Also possible.
We're gonna get the song out at Crater, and it is
Sunsong?
Sunsong. Not the most useful with just a 20 skull feed, but well, at most 20 skull feed. I don't think we've mentioned it on this stream yet, but this is a win or go home seed. This is the lower bracket, so whoever loses, their time in the Season 8 tournament will be done. That's one thing about only top 32. There's really no easy outs in this tournament anymore.
Really not, no.
I mean, we had a round 2 Marco versus What the Hell's Happened.
We also had ATZ versus Ryukane. We also had what is it? Wasn't it ATZ versus
Marco originally?
Marco. Yeah, so there's Alexis versus Zavi. Zavi, the last season's champion, versus Alexis, who I think won a season as well. Or at least came close. So yeah. Oh right, it was the 7 Grand Finals rematch in round 2. Yeah, that was the case.
So bear in mind, some of these matches we see could very well be Grand Finals this year.
They could absolutely, because nobody out in winners bracket, nobody losing a game in winners bracket is immediately out. That's why the lower bracket exists, and we are in lower bracket today. So one of the runners today,
Bolero's OOT. So
okay,
we're probably
could be worse then.
There's nothing on the there's just rupees on the volcano. So
yep, so that's dead.
Not
easy for song.
True. The only way that Bolero on OOT can be required for all dungeons is if you have to do Shadow and hovers around the volcano. I think that's the only way that can be hard required. Alright, so Flouche is going on doing some adult go around the city, and Volc is pretty much doing all the child checks we already saw on Flouche's side. For Feltella's for Flouche, and
Flouche is gonna show us what is in the maze here.
yep.
More opportunity for path items to hide. Also another hint stone. Let's go.
Yep, definite possibility of Kokiri sword in here. Oh, there's a big chest.
We already have 2 big chests. None strength, none hammer locked, and there's the Kokiri sword. Well, that was an easy path. What was it? Claim check. Claim
Boomerang.
check. Oh no!
Claim check is boomerang.
Well, congrats to both our runners for. We get to see an entire trade quest today.
It's you know
high
what?
quality hashtag content.
I hate to see it as a runner when
yes,
they
saved and quit. And I think both of them save and quit, actually. I think Volc likewise save and quit out of London Ranch there.
Well, the next time Volc goes to his menu, we'll be able to see, but I don't remember. I remember him save and quitting as adult. I don't remember it as child.
Eye drops, Bridge. Eye drops.
Now it's the prescription because of the save quit.
Yep, and it's a prescription for both of them. All right.
Okay. At least, you know, at least they both made the mistake, although I'm sure if you're running, you're probably like, oh my god, I'm sure whoever I'm running against didn't save and quit, so...
Yeah, that's probably going through both of their heads now. Oh gosh, I need to take maybe a few more risks because I just cost myself some time there. Nice throw by Flouche. I think that worked. Yep, it did.
If you want to get into running, one thing I will say is you always feel like you're behind. Always. Be a minute into the scene, you're like, yep, I'm already behind.
We also don't have like. If you're running, yes, you are feeling always behind, but also don't get discouraged by this. These restreams are great opportunities to see. Yes, your opponent will always make mistakes too. You always, as a runner, you're always going to be playing a game of trade-offs. You're always going to be playing or kind of guessing and hoping that you make the right guesses about what gambles you're going to want to take. So...
And no Tumble Talk, there was not anything else other than Bo and DC. Yep, and it's like you said, when Flouche made the decision to save quit, it is just one check. It doesn't often have a an item on it that you need, and this time it just happened to have it this time.
Yep. We don't have a logical way across the wasteland yet, but we could make our way there. And I think if I'm a runner at this point, if I have a horse, if I have a
horse, a hook, and bombs. Yeah, I'm gonna go to GTG.
Yep.
Ooh. I don't know what happened with the bomb there from Flouche. That's an interesting one. There we go. Oh! Never mind. Brain fart. It's a letter for Volc. Interesting to see where Flouche goes after GC, because so far we've just kind of been tracing the others' steps right now. I mean, we can do the forest courtyard and get some skulls. Just saying. Might also be a go back child and check the lake, check domain, and in the letter. Ending in the letter gives you a bottle.
It also gets you, if you walk up river, that gets you 3 more hints, 3 more item checks. And yeah, it gets you a free bottle as well, so not the worst idea. Ending in letter, you have a Kokiri sword. If you're Volc, obviously you're taking that Kokiri sword and running straight to Deku Tree and getting that dungeon done.
Yeah, that's probably what Volc do.
For Flouche, I don't know. Getting ZL might be worthwhile, lengthening your adult trip a little bit, but it's also not a bad idea. Bounces the bottom of the wall here, just a little swag strat. It's also not a bad idea to do the same, to go child and just take care of Deku Tree first.
Volc, I think, okay, yep, setting up to go to Warp to Lost Woods, and we'll be going into Deku shortly. Seems like if we wasn't sure, should I play the song, should I do this? Wonder if we'll get the back of Deku hints. 30 minutes in, we're still missing a couple paths, and definitely some sometimes and some always hints. So we'll see what happens. And yep, they both have the prescription because they both save quit after getting the eye drops. And looks like we are going to be getting the back of Deku hints. So the first one is GTG Bongo Bongo. Well,
that settles
looks like
going across going to GTG then. What's on Bigoron? A prescription. A boomerang, not a prescription. That would be no logic. And Graveyard to Baronade. Graveyard to Baronade? Quick look at. So that can tell us some interesting things.
How does that work? Oh, no, grave.
Dampé had magic. So far, we haven't seen anything else in Graveyard, I thought.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what that could possibly be.
The bomb bag was the bomb bag, which we needed to get the
What's on
to get Ruro's letter, was on Impa's Cow. The boomerang is on Bigoron. So what is logically required? Oh, Karina of Time is Bolero still. So what is logically required all for the trade quest? Is it more than just a trade quest item?
Weird, because Talon's Chickens is your zeros, so I'm very much confused by that. Maybe someone that knows logic better than us can actually.
I would also assume something about desert access for ZL. Or for crossing, yeah. Why does ZL require trade quest? Oh, unfreezing King Zora. That's actually a hard requirement until we have the hover boots.
Yep. Alright, so far looking like Baron Kokiri, or Baron Deku Tree. This light medallion doesn't even unlock anything else, doesn't give you a song, doesn't give you a check.
Some magic for crossing. That also tells us some things about where we can expect, for example, a long shot or the hover boots. That is, which are, I think, the remaining items we would need to cross. One of them.
Yeah, one of the two of them. Is the
Alright.
orbit strat, is that technically in logic? The backwalking with
That is in logic, yeah.
Okay.
We definitely do need ZL.
Yeah.
To,
Shadow itself.
Yeah.
Hard
So
required.
that is. Yeah, no. It's we need ZL because for Baronade here because we need the trade quest to get the boomerang to get in there and actually beat up Baronade. So yeah, ZL is our answer to that logic chain, but it does tell us something about where the hover boots or longshot are, and that something is that they are magic locked, i.e. most likely fire locked. Which could, for example, mean that they're in Goron's pot.
Took a couple attempts for Volc there to get B1 skip with only 2 bombs. Didn't want to use the bomb to ground jump.
But wanting to waste your bombs on that is understandable.
Yep. What was on King Dodongo? Is the only thing that we found in DC. We'll see if Goma has anything for us. It's already 10 skulls for Flouche. And that is bombs.
We are not even close to go mode. We are, however, 1 Goma short.
Oh, are we doing chickens? Is it a chicken? It's a chickens play on Flouche.
I mean, it's three chickens. Why are we not doing chickens?
People just hate chickens so much, and there are some people that say if I lose because of chickens, I'm fine with that. I think a lot of runners have a check that they just refuse to do, and it's kind of like if I lose from that, I lose. So Volc is going back adult. We're going to see what Anju has for us. Just some arrows.
Alright, that is Volc. 1 Deku tree ahead of Flouche then.
But that's where Flouche is heading right now. What does Volc do? Warp here, they got the song. Are we actually going to enter? Yep, looks like we're going to do
Looks like we're going into Forest Temple a little bit. Okay.
I mean,
that's interesting. It is a stone dungeon.
There's a lot of checks. You can get some skulls if you just do the courtyard. I mean, doesn't make sense to really go any further because we don't have strength yet. But you never know if a strength is going to be chilling here. You get 3 in the courtyard. You get 3 skulls. You can do and 3 or 4 checks. So not the worst thing in the world. Definitely feels bad though to go into Stone Forest. I mean, Stone Water's worse, but that's true. We do get to vibe with the forest music, which helps lull us into the sleep that forest causes. All right. And this should, yep, short work of the Stalfos here. And do they have anything nice for us, or are they just gonna have a key? Boss, well, it's a key, boss key. Yeah, I think this is the, I think now with the horse, I think once he's done in here, it is he, right? Yep, once he's done in here, Volc will probably do GTG, you have that hint, you have the item, you have everything but the strength. I mean, and Song of Time. Something I noticed is that we really have missing almost every single child song, which is interesting.
And you have mobility, not a lot of check access, yeah.
Yeah. It's 9 skulls for Volc. We know that 10 has nothing. This is also something I always do. I always take this guy out. He always screws me up every time I try this trick. And for new runners, that is not you. That is a specific setup you have to do to get up there with shot. Game actually requires you to have Song of Time and go the other way, but the game requires and what we can do. 2 different things.
Yes.
And is the bubble hiding anything nice for us? Probably just another key, I'm assuming.
Nope, not even that.
So far, the force tech not paying out for Volc. They are a little bit ahead right now, I would say. Very small amount. Yes. I'm looking on Volc's tracker, and he does have all 5 hints. That also means, Tobias, we're not going to have an Evil's Bane hint. We're not going to have a hint wasted on that,
Shocking.
Yeah. They both have it. They both have light arrows, though. We're, getting the eye dropped away from being able to go and check, maybe, where our hammer is. Let's see, Volc is going out of the Sacred Forest Meadow. I would think probably going to GTG, but, you know, I've been wrong before. No, Virgil, no Bane hint. We have all 5 hints, and not a single one was Evil's Bane. Luckily, when you do comms, you're able to remember all this info. It's definitely not that you have your runner's trackers up and you can see all the hints they've marked.
Yeah, that's not at all the case. That is not at all why we even halfway know what the heck is going on in the seed.
And we're going back into Goron City. Oh, we didn't stop Link to Goron.
Yep, just cleaning that up.
This will be the scale for Volc.
It'll be Volc's scale. It'll also be his sun song. Because he'll go in the crater with that hook shot.
We will see what Flouche does if he goes back adult, or maybe does some lake to domain.
Does sure look like he's walking out of Kokiri Forest, so that'll probably be a lake to domain play. But first, Kokiri Sword.
Oh yeah.
That is something Volc wasn't able to do because he checked
Yeah, I don't think we've seen this yet.
So let's see what that is. And I also forgot to track the Ocarina of Time hint. We know that's Bolero.
And it's nothing. Yep, that's the lake to probably domain path for Flouche. And Volc getting his sons and do the other checks here in Crater, and then I would expect GTG. I'm just gonna keep saying GTG till he actually goes to GTG. Eventually, I'll be right.
That is one way to look prescient as a commentator. Just keep saying the same thing over and over. All right.
Well, Volc did check. We're hearing that Volc did check. Pierre's dead. We're hearing Volc did indeed check. Kokiri Sword.
Did he? Okay. They can do the trade quest right now. Well, actually they can't, because they need to talk to King Zora to turn that prescription into an eyeball frog. He is A, frozen, and B,
he's a yellow.
Not currently available to talk to because we need Zelda's Lullaby to even get in the door.
That's right. The game has to assume that we will only have prescription. So it has to give us a way to unlock. That's why that's why the Baronade path now makes sense.
We have T-shirt percent. Yep. Zora tunic has been discovered. It was on child fishing.
And Flouche now setting up here. Scarecrow song.
Yeah, they reset. Both of them reset. They got eye drops from Talon, but both of them reset those away. Save and quit those away, and thus
The
both
logic
of
in
them
this
are
game,
left with a prescription.
logic in this game assumes you're stupid and you make all the wrong decisions. We have to have a way, if they reset, to get the prescription to get the eye drops. So that's why there's the Baronade path. I don't remember when I said I wanted to do a seed with Tobias. I think it was last season I said that. Then I guilted him into signing up for this race. Guilted him into signing up.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I can actually totally deny. The only thing that happened is that someone pinged for commentators and I would happen to be available. Anyway, Flouche is not checking domain. Let's see if that yields us an interesting thing.
That is an interesting flame storage strat I have not seen before. That's not how I do
off
it.
the waterfall?
Yeah, I always... Oh, and there is an item.
But first, collect some rupees.
I've never gotten flame storage, then gone up to the waterfall. I've always had to get it on the way down. Finally gonna be the GTG.
Yeah, this does look like a GTG play. Maybe with big pose on the way.
Or a couple grotto checks, maybe.
And strength.
Ooh, that's strength 1.
Stone Forest, now online. But at what cost?
We're gonna check Tektite Grotto, it looks like. It's true, Volc does not have a usable bottle. Flouche does, because when he made the play to go turn in letter, all of our bottles could be locked by other things in this feed. And nothing on...
Walk away! Drop your bottle! Drop your Rudo's letter off, dude! Did he forget? No, he has an empty bottle. I'm just blind. Never mind.
Yeah. No. Oh, Flouche dropped it off.
I was just like, huh? Hold the phone. But no, he did. I was very confused for a moment.
Oh. Did Volc check Boulder of Destiny earlier? Because it looks like he's checking everything that's not Boulder of Destiny.
He did.
Okay.
Shadow Trial 2 is dead.
Alright, logical fire arrows are kinda...
Logical fire arrows are dead. Yep.
It would have been funny, though. If we needed fire arrows for that. If that was... Yeah. Alright. I wonder if this is going to be double GTG. We will see shortly. Oh.
You get on a horse, you go to GGG. Graveyard still path to Baronade, and we get a big chest here, which is the long shot. Okay.
That's logical crossing.
That is logical desert crossing. No. Yep, it is.
But we need the speed logic. We don't need the lens.
Well, yes, okay. It's almost logical desert crossing. That also, by the way, is why magic is part of the path to.
For logic, we need lens. Our runners don't need lens. We just need it for logic.
And there's a mirror shield on Big Pose.
And there's an empty
and another bottle. Okay, so
Not going GGG.
Volc has made a change of plans, it seems.
I mean, Volc knows that GTG is a path. It's marked on their tracker, but...
But yeah, Flouche now has a mirror shield, has the way to cross Wasteland, has a strength. If he finds a strength 2 in GTG, for example, and we know there's at least one useful item in there.
Flouche is gonna miss out on long shot.
He is indeed. Well, that's sad.
Makes I mean, could be needed if stone water is needed, but it's also makes some checks slightly easier. Learn that it's not 100% required for the seed unless water is required.
What are these two reading into the seed?
Just responding to some questions on in chat.
Hmm.
But yeah, what is Flouche reading into this seed? Richard just gives us some cash. They're figuring this. They wanted to do a couple checks on the way to South Hyrule Field. Not really sure what Flouche is doing. Looks like Volc is gonna do the letter turn in. Wonder if that's why they decided all of a sudden to warp back. Maybe they're like, oh, that's right. But the bottle would give you, well, whatever. Bottle would give you, out of logic access to ice if you wanted it. Technically, you have to move things over to get logical access, but even I know how to do KC skip. Nope, no one has gone river yet. They've so far they've both.
There's a gold scale.
To lake. Oh, duh. Flouche is doing river right now. And yep, knows the setup. So there's a gold scale. That's logical lab dive.
Flouche has chosen not to get that hint, I thought. But yeah, I think we are mostly at full hints at this point. We have all 5 path hints. We have most of our sometimes and always hints. And the hint was apparently Pierre.
We know is just a piece of heart. Actually, it'll work out for Volc, even though they thought they were going to go to GTG, because now they'll get their strength.
Composer's Grave Torches is apparently another slingshot, which is cool. Not like we need that.
Yes, the way
13 skulls for Flouche now.
The way Volc is doing it, this is the way I do flame storage. And long time is still on burning cack.
Flouche is playing Serenade, so going to Lake, very likely to get that. I mean, you do Lake checks at this point. He's already prepared the Scarecrow, so very likely to get the long shot on the way out as well. So he's not missing out on that.
With Scarecrow, you can also pretty much finish the Lake checks. I mean, you could literally do all adult checks, include shooting the sun. So.
And even has gold scales, so he knows lap dive is logical as well.
And this will be the strength 1 for Volc. Yeah, lab dive you can do out of logic with iron boots and a hook shot, but to get it logically, you need both scales. What's on adult fishing? And we'll see what Volc does. Looks like we're going back to Lake. don't know if they set up here. If they didn't, they probably want to set up here and
there's a wallet.
That we don't
Not
really
logically
need anymore.
significant, but hey, if anybody wants to buy bomb juice, that's helpful. Flouche calling in Epona.
Notice
So
we
probably.
don't seem. I'm seeing less Bombachus in these seeds than I saw in Qual and other races. Seeing a lot more early bomb bags and a lot less Bombachus. It might just be the ones that I'm actually watching.
You see less bomb juice as well because they are in small chests, and so as soon as runners have bombs, obviously they're not going to be opening small chests anymore.
Yeah.
So as soon as if you have a seed where bomb bag is reasonably accessible, you're not going to see any bomb juice in them, most likely.
Sure though, because they're
There's
not even
Segway.
like any rewards, like bosses or anything like that. It's something I've noticed. All right, we'll see what's on top of the lake. The bloopy. Using not to get the skull down there. Might be a time thing. So what does Lab Dive have for us? Just the bloopy. And Volc is going back.
Volk is first of all interested in some hints, it seems. Skull Mask is dead.
Skull?
Volk is now also back adult.
Is my mic quality any better now?
Not really. It's serviceable. Anyway, Flouche is now going to get South Hyrule Field done, which means he's getting another bottle, and he's also getting that long shot, and then most likely headed to GTG. Likewise with Volk, so it seems like they're both basically high-fiving, but Flouche has an extra gold scale.
Next time I do commentary, I will find my blue snowball mic and not my headset to actually do commentary.
It does make a difference. And there's long shot for Flouche.
And this will be Mirror Shield for Volk.
And yeah, good point actually, Bridge. Marketed to Rova is totally just a mirror shield.
Yep. It certainly is. Let's see, we need hovers, we need Dins, Hammer, and ZL. And another strength, that's what we need.
Well, the L we know where it is. Hovers and Dins, no clue.
And we know where Boomerang is.
Yeah, we know where Boomerang is. Another strength upgrade, we will see. So I'm thinking GTG might just be our best bet on the way because just number of checks.
Yep. I mean, you're locked out of the ZL. You're locked out of the toilet and the strength 2 checks for now, but you never know.
Yes, we do know Harumph. They're on Bigoron. Or the Boomerang is on Bigoron.
We have the prescription, so we need ZL to unfreeze, or we need to be able to unfreeze King Zora, and for that we need ZL.
Plus magic, plus a way to get blue fire.
We can either go to Ice Cavern, or if we get the blue fire arrows, that'll work too. Has our boomerang, and they got the eye drops out at Lon Lon Ranch, but then they both save quit, which reverts your eye drops back to the prescription. Right, GTG is a path. We will see what it has here. I'm wondering if it is just going to be hovers or dins, but we'll find out in a couple minutes.
Yep. There's a big chest. There's another big chest.
There is a third big chest.
And there's Dins. That's your path
Dins.
to Bongo. So
Now is
I don't
Flouche
think
gonna
you leave
go
here.
to the right side? Nope. Oh, Flouche is going to the left side. I like doing the right side first. I don't... Well, if I had hovers, I'd like to do right side first, I should say. Well, they do have long shot. I don't know. Wolfo's room has anything? I'm not really sure if there's anything Volc has done that Flouche hasn't. All that Flouche has done, I think, that Volc hasn't is just the river.
didn't Volc head into Forest Temple, or was that Flouche?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that was Volc. Yeah, Volc checked the courtyard of Forest. But they did not have a strength at the time, so they did not go further. Right. That's another big chest here in GTG.
Yet more. That's the lens. Now there's your logical crossing.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure both runners will cross after this. I mean, they were probably going to cross anyway without that, but... That's a key up there on the right side. I didn't see any... Not good at peeking what's on the right side from the center.
There was another key on the right side inside that was visible. I think a heart piece. So probably not gonna waste any time with that. We are getting enough keys to get that last big chest in the maze, and then we are probably out of here for now.
I would assume go to cross, get ZL, maybe even... Unfortunately, can't do anything unless unless there is a strike back there, but...
Well, let's see if that's just it.
Almost looks like they're gonna be very close to identical walking out of here.
Yes, indeed. And there's hover boots. Okay, so it's just the entire Shadow Temple kit. Now, you still cross, and you still get your Zelda's Lullaby, but that is basically going to be what you're doing next. Shadow Temple gets you another song. Shadow gets you, might most likely get you Requiem, actually, because Requiem needs to be ZL locked for the paths to make sense. And then, well, get you ZL, and then you just do Shadow.
Now, after you do Shadow, do you think you try to get your eye drops back to get your boomerang? Is that what you would do, or?
I mean, yes.
That's actually what you probably have to do at that point.
Flouche with the strike strat again, does the ground jump, saves a few seconds over just having the gate be open. Actually, does that still save time with the cutscene shortened?
I think it does.
I don't think it does, actually. I mean, the gate has been sped up. You don't need to do that anymore.
It is funny though how after Divergence 5 minutes in, we're here. By the way, happy 1 hour and 3 minutes, everyone.
Happy 1 hour indeed. So let's see.
We've linked back up.
And into the desert we go.
Thank you to our trackers, Tomaltalk and Golden Devil. Thank you to my co-com, Tobias G91, for making sense of this. And thanks to the runners, Flouche and Volc, for letting us restream this.
And thank you for being here as well, NyQuil. Alright.
The wonderful Navi.
Watch out! They didn't need to check Dins and Desert Harumph because they have a hint that that's fire arrows, and we already have a fire source.
Yep. And the one check that fire arrows could be required for is nothing.
Yep. Alright. The fairy fountain also has nothing for us.
No, Flouche tried to check it and then remembered he did not have ZL.
Ah, well, he will. And that's also kind of where his brain went, because that is ZL.
I've done that before. I've tried to do ZL checks and then be like, oh, that's right, I don't have it.
Flouche almost doesn't need to... Oh, that looked like a slingshot up there. Okay. Not getting... We're getting a
whatever it is, we don't need it.
Yeah. Now, second attempt at getting that fairy fountain done. That is some sort of bomb bag or slingshot. Not something we need. And Flouche warping away immediately. Flouche, don't forget the fairy fountain. No!
I think Flouche is just saying whatever. Probably doesn't have anything.
He'll be back. Probably doesn't have anything, he says. But he's getting the song from Composer Grave first. The fairy fountain indeed does not have anything. It's just a heart container. Those are still appreciated.
I guess this is gonna be Aria's. Would be my guess. We will see what it has. And Volc is not getting the song, just going right into Shadow.
Flouche evidently did not get the hint here. Or remembered.
Yep. Just a slingshot, that's all it is. Yeah, I was right.
Sorry, a song.
Yep.
And then Requiem probably after Shadow in Temple of Time.
Did we get a hint telling us what lake was? Or what lake, wow, what ice was?
Nope.
So it pretty much has to be storms, but we didn't get it. Get a hint for it. This is interesting because we might be totally synced up till the end of this race, depending on routes they take. Just.
That really depends, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little bit on rails at this point. You do trade quests. Hey, those are useful and helpful.
That is very helpful. Now we don't have to go into ice to unfreeze King Zora. I love blue fire arrows as opposed to ice arrows.
I mean, they are such like it's neat because it gives a new one more item like actually a purpose.
Yeah, ice arrows has no purpose in the randomizer except for like shreds on Bongo. Fire arrows has much better use. Do the wonderful spinning blade room. Yep, and don't forget this is a seed to either go on or go home. Oh, that's an item. I thought that was the key. My bad. Third bottle. Pretty much useless with blue fire arrows, but and deeper into shadow here. Probably hoping to find a strength 2 on the way. There's some certain strats you can do with items that aren't actually required. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. But I know they're out there. I'm getting over a cold right now. And so far, nothing other than the blue fire arrows. Are in logic for Season 8.
All right.
Here.
Now everything beyond this point is strength locked.
Yep.
So all the checks in the crusher room forward. or from the Crusher Room onward. Let's see if that has anything. Nothing in the first one. Nothing in check number 2, and nothing in check number 3.
Number 3.
That is 3 item checks wasted on junk.
Unfortunately, we did not get a Goron pot hint, and unfortunately, they do not have wind. We have not seen Forwar's wind, so they'll both have to do this check the old-fashioned way.
Oh.
And just a little low on the first attempt there for Volc. Let's hit on the second, and we'll see what's in Shadow Pot. Four keys in this room. Get the door open.
Not really anything useful in
Not
Shadow
needed.
here.
Yep. Nope, we got the blue fire arrows on
Well,
that
yeah,
hand. That's
but
all
like
we've,
nothing that unlocks any new checks. It does make talking to or unfreezing King Zora more convenient, no doubt.
True. But if Requiem's not on Prelude check, you're going to ice anyway to get it, so probably. Here though. It's pretty healthy now for Volc. Let's see, we still need boss key, and we still need one more small key to reach Bongo.
Yep. And 4 checks in total left for those. So 2 items left in the pool for Shadow. Plus Bongo itself, obviously. There's your boss key.
There is our boss key. Yep. So 3 checks with one of them having to be a key. And now for the longest boat ride. One of the longest sequences in the game. Remember the trade quest, so after you get the prescription, you have to get the eyeball frog. And then that's made into the eye drops, correct?
Correct. You take the prescription to King Zora, he gives you the eyeball frog for it, you bring that to the guy in the Lake Hylia lab, he turns that frog into the eye drops, and you bring that to Bigoron. We might
You're getting really
get to
excited
see
because you think
might get to see a cool
Frog warp?
trick here. Nope, not Frog Warp.
oh,
We will see. We might see one of our runners use the timer override from in Crater. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
what you'll see is that they will take off their Goron tunic, warp to Crater, which will immediately set your timer to 1 second left, but for the eye drops. But that'll get overridden by the burn timer. And here's another bottle.
Last
And
bottle.
then, yep, and then you get.
Oh, yeah. No Bolero.
And then, yeah. Yeah, well, we're not seeing that then. You're right. In any other seed, we might.
It's on OOT.
Sigh.
And you're right, Kelpie. Let's just beat forest and water. Why not?
I mean, if you want to do the trick, you got to put in the time.
Alright. Oh,
This seed is an
let's
art
see,
form
let's
in
see what
making
Bongo-
claim check as annoying as possible, says Purple Bomber. I disagree. All you need to do is not safe warp the eye drops away immediately. That's on the runners.
And Flouche actually found that hint pretty soon after save quitting, save warping. Like, they got the eye drops and they got a hint of what the eye drops were used for, and fortunately both of them just gummed it away.
That's not a fancy Scarecrow song. That's just spinning the C-stick around twice. Anyway, time to make sure this drummer stays underground.
And a nice one cycle by
Both of them.
runners.
Love it. Stereo bongo. I was so tempted to just turn up both of their volumes for a moment there.
Now, after Boat, this is one of the longest. Feels like the longest cutscene in the game after final cutscene. Oh, still just the blue fire arrows in the last bottle in Shadow. Where are we going? Or the song. Oh, Volc has to do, didn't do the, composer grave check. And Flouche is getting the song, which will it be Requiem? Nope, Storms. Looks like you're doing nice. Although now I'm definitely thinking bottom of the well for strength 2 if I don't find it. Just a quick way to get up. That's right. Okay. Well, getting his Sarias. Songs are, of course, hard. We'll get his storms and then probably go up the river, and yeah, looks like we're going to be pretty much neck and neck. Maybe if someone does make that well played, maybe that'll be the difference. Oh, and Flouche wants to check well checks, or storms checks. Nothing in the Kokiri Storms grotto.
But yeah, ice first to see if you get Requiem again. And you also need that strength need a strength upgrade at some point, so you're just gonna fish for that for a little bit. Interesting quest. Yeah, I mean, you go ice, then you route in the trade quest is probably my guess. Both of them have already moved King Zora, so that is basically, I think, the plan.
Yeah, because for the longest time, that was our only bottle was Rudo's letter. Alright. Yeah, you do ice first, then you move Zora, because I believe your timer starts after he gives you the frog.
Yep.
Or does the frog have a timer? Well, looks
It
like
does.
we're gonna unfreeze him first.
Actually,
All right, so we're gonna.
no.
Oh, you got
Feroz Wind.
got to talk to him.
Yep.
That's right. Unfreezing him gives you an item, but you have to talk to him to get the to present.
You need
him
to hand him the
to
prescription.
get the frog. Yeah. It's like it's just bombs. The iceberg.
And there's your second claim check in.
Claim check.
Just a reminder of what you're about to have to do.
I love that. The game's got jokes.
Just a little rude.
And we already know that Icy Waters is nothing, so either our runners is probably going to peak that. Not that I can ever see it when people pick peek it. Thing about blue fire arrows is how quick it can make this dungeon. I mean, this dungeon's already not long, but you can see right there, it just makes it super quick. You don't have to worry about. There's a big stabby. That'll help for fire spirit. But you can see how it makes dungeons much quicker, not having to put bottles on your C items and wiping the fire.
Do that. I think both of them are also really close to 20 skulls. Let's see where Flouche is at. 17, actually.
17? Yep. I mean, Strength 2 could just be on 20 skulls. So.
That could also be the case. Just a rando thing, Pexican. We've added that as just a feature to make ice arrows more useful. They're blue fire arrows now. At least you can turn them to be that. Turn them on to be that. The 30, 40, and 50 skull hints are all skulls were all hinted dead. So yeah.
And we even have a command for that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, blue fire arrows is a very nice quality of life improvement in the rando. And Volc is at 14
14, I think. speed reading competition these OoT randomizer restreams turn out to be. That was a very well placed bomb by Flouche. Not only does he get the ground jump, he also eliminated 2 ice keys. The bane of my existence.
Oh god, I hate the ice keys in this dungeon so much.
Just in
They're
general,
worse.
honestly.
They're worse than the compass room.
Ice keys need to be deleted from the video game. No problem with the rest of Ice Cavern, ice keys need to go.
I agree 100%. I think we found Nairu's Love, didn't we?
We did.
Early on in the game.
No, Hyper is talking about the fact that, or is suggesting that we also just convert Neighbor's Love into a blue fire machine.
I mean, I jokingly...
and there's Requiem.
I jokingly said that I think Greg should be required for seed completion.
Well...
Alright, so now we will probably start the trade sequence.
To be expected, yep. They're walking out of here.
Trade sequence, go to Jabu, hope you find strength
I love that
there,
the other Zora's Fountain hint was just Zora's Fountain bottom is dead, by the way.
I love that both that and the Big Goron hints were both the double copies of them were in the fountain. Who's got jokes? Oh. Yep, if you've never played the vanilla game, you have 3 minutes to get to the Lab Dive Guys game in Lake Hylia. And you cannot use Warp Song. Said if we had Bolero, there would be a little trick that you could do, but
Well,
unfortunately we do not have it. You can use Opponents, but you cannot use Warp Song. We didn't need the frog. We could do something called frog warping, but we need it this game. It'll be interesting to see what they do after getting the eyeball frog. I'm assuming both will go child.
Well, they'll get Boomerang
Well,
and they'll go
after
Child.
getting-
They'll do Jabu and then see what else they find along the way. They can also then get into Ganon's castle, get whatever's path to Volvagia there, most likely the hammer at that point, and hope that they find a strength along the way on to Volvagia. And that would be all you need to complete the seed. The seed is pretty much on rails for the next about 30 minutes.
Yep. There's going to be some execution in fire and some execution in spirit that could definitely some timing around. I'm thinking you're right. If you want Volc to win, you're probably hoping for a light trial and strength 3 required for the hammer. I actually don't know if you could set furores. The only thing with furores is it can only be used and set in a dungeon. So I'm not sure if it would make up enough time. As opposed to using opponents.
Interesting time save strat here by Flouche. Long shots off of the bridge into onto the ladder here, leading to the Skull Kid's room. That's not a strat I'd seen before.
Volc is also checking a lab dive, which Flouche did earlier. And just some love in the other arms pack. Someone take note of when Flouche hands in the eye drops to see what the time difference is. It looks like it's almost a minute and a half right now.
Can you do the trade quest without Epona, or is Epona logically required? You can definitely do the trade quest without Epona. It just gets even more tedious.
Vanilla game, you should have Epona, and you should also have the the bomb flowers. The bomb flowers, but the where you plant the beans help you out with time. So 135 exactly. There's a claim check, and here is the boomerang.
All right.
Yep, we're gonna
Quick check
do
of
this check
the
real quick.
ferry up here. That makes sense.
Walking out, going back into try the swag strat to get into. Nope. If we're going to set for roars in fire, maybe.
Yeah,
As
or at
far
least
as we
see
can.
if we're hammer locked in fire.
True.
You do know that you need at least one item from inside Ganon's castle, but you can always see if maybe there is something useful on the way. You are hoping for a strength upgrade somewhere here in fire. That'll basically just be your entire rest of the seed set.
Volc made up a little bit of the time. Looks like it's 77 seconds separating them if Volc follows the exact same path.
And not
There's
exactly locked out here. So you can just go to the big lava room, but Flouche chooses to drop Furor's Wind and be out of here. I understand that. That makes sense. You have a progression dungeon to do.
It drops you off right in the room you need to go to go to Volc. Oh, so that worked out. And Volc, on the other hand, choosing just to go back. And we'll beat Jabu, and then we're gonna wonder if anyone's going to check. The check I'm trying to think of. Did we get a hint for Treasure Trust game?
Don't think so, no. But we do have Lens of Truth, so that'll happen soon. Well, that'll happen at some point before we go adult again, probably. Interesting to see which strategy of getting to Zora's domain is quicker. I think Flouche just about... Oh no, Flouche is doing River first. That makes sense. He does have Storms. This is a check that Volc hasn't checked here either.
Yep. We'll see what it is. Frogs in the Rain is some love. It's one of those things, if Volc orphans that check, could be an opening they need, so we'll just have to see what happens.
It did save him some time there. And running back down, running down the river for this check, and then not running back up it like Flouche just did, definitely saves some time as well. So that's time that Flouche is not getting back. We'll see about where this all leads us. At this point, if we're gonna stay with oh yeah, Volc still needed to get the fish. Flouche still needed to get the fish here as well. So if we're going to stay strictly in medallion dungeons, you hope to find a strength upgrade either here or in Ganon's castle, where you need to go anyway for hammer. Or what we assume is hammer anyway. Worst case, that's just going to be a strength upgrade, and then you're hunting for your hammer in Spirit Temple or in GTG.
As Dine pointed out, there are strength 3 lock checks in...
Half of them, in fact.
Yep, so... And yeah, so with doing that Frog's 1 check, Flouche is now a minute behind Volc, but like we said, we'll see if Volc does the same check. Might be a situation where you assume you're behind, so maybe you play a little aggressively and just say, if that's the check, then I lose. I have to walk. Assuming we just get the hammer, so that'll be made up time. I keep saying, yeah, but we have Bolero in my head. I'm like, nope, definitely don't have Bolero.
No, we do not. We do not have Bolero. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to finish Forest and Water Temple just for Bolero, but yeah.
Basically, with all the times, it's going to come down to probably execution. So far, we've seen nothing here in Jabu. It was a very good Jabu Stingers, and nothing there. And now there's no more items until Baronade. It's interesting to note that here we are in Jabu, and none of the runners have collected any of the skulls. And I don't think either of them has 20 yet. That might be a last location type thing. And the Wayfaring Fox, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. We have a good race between Flouche and Volc in the lower bracket of Season 8 Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament. This is a win or go home match.
Yes, indeed. And
I think Volc has 15 or 16 following this cavern.
both of them should have picked up a few skulls in the basement of Jabu, at least if they so desired, they could have. Small chest in the boomerang check here. And that's one more parasitic tentacle that needs to go. And then I think we should be ready to head to the basement again.
Right, and Volc will get a couple skulls here. Okay, there's 16. Gonna skip number 17 right there. Understandable.
Has those last few skulls mapped out, I'm sure.
Now, question is, will anyone try the swag strat and getting into the Baronade room, or will they both grab boxes? Also not grabbing that other skull. I think one of the coolest things I ever did with those two tentacles right there is I threw my boomerang in such a way that it actually hit both of them. I've done that exactly once, and it was not on a restream. Alright, Flouche or Volc grabbing a box, gonna head on in.
Yep. Just one more room to fighting Baronade then. Good choice on the box skip here. This is, I think,
Box
not
skip,
a trick that is worth is... Yeah, that is not a trick I think that's almost ever worth it. Too much risk for too little reward. But that's just me saying that, and I'm not a top 32 runner.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of top runners struggle with that, and it's something I would never ever try myself.
What's the rundown with this seed?
Well, as box skip.
Well, let's see what the right choice here is. This seed is on rails. Basically, we have we had a comparatively early Shadow Temple. We have a path to Volvagia hinted in Ganon's castle that can obviously still be strength 3 locked. And other than that, we have basically one strength we're missing to be able to complete the whole darn thing. If it all shakes out the way I think it will be, which is hammer in Ganon's castle and then And then strength, hopefully, somewhere along the way.
What we think it's going to be, whether or not we're right,
Yep.
remains to be seen.
We are incredibly, like, these two are incredibly close. This is literally one missed Ganondorf fight phase between these two.
It's a 46-second difference between smashing Baronade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Volc is going... Well,
but going for Child Spirit,
checks, so
interesting choice.
Not the worst thing in the world. You still need that strength too, so I don't hate it.
Yeah, and if you're a child, you want to at least poke around and like you are basically mopping up Child at this point. You don't want to go back Child.
Oh.
And I don't think, for example, either is going to be very keen on heading for the well at this point.
Oh. Flouche is going to get their 20th skull here. Oh, nope, they're just playing Playload. So I would assume they are going to be going adult and going into Ganon's castle. Now, if you don't find a key, it's going to be feels bad in Child Spirit. So, Volc will probably
we do have
go up.
A key. Yeah. Climbing here is a choice that I think is not bad.
Oh. And we will see what the route is Flouche takes in IGC. So we need a key to be able to climb right here. Rumph. There's a possibility that boss key could have been locked behind the child checks. It was not. I'm not even going to try to understand spirit key logic.
Basically, Link always exists in a superposition of adult and child. That is all you need to know. And that is all for Child Spirit for Volc here. Interesting choice.
Yep.
Volc has safe scummed the small key here. So it's back at one small key, chooses to go Lake. Nice bow extension here by Flouche. Valley checks might be an option, but of course Valley is foolish this seed, so that's not happening.
And just double defense right there for Flouche.
Not what we're looking for.
Oh, is this going to be a treasure chest minigame?
That sure looks like it, so get your guesses in chat, y'all.
Left, left, right, left, right.
Write it down, I can't keep track of words.
I'm still in.
I'm still in as well. So is Bitter Crimson, Saraiden, and we're both still in. Din is out. Soho, Skygoro, all still in. I'm out.
I promise I don't have the spoiler log over here. Although I don't think
there's also no way that this is in the spoiler log.
Yep. Oh, and
left,
I'm out.
left, right, right.
I'm out.
Gaming Hero is still in. And is out.
Left, left, right, right, right. Yeah, for those that don't know.
Basically, I got it the wrong way around and inverted it. Anyway, it's just a heart piece. So far, no luck for Flouche in Ganon's castle, so let's see if that changes with the next two checks.
So, treasure chest minigame, every time you leave and re-enter, it changes the order. You can't go in and be like, okay.
Bitter Crimson got it right. GG's.
Oh. GG's, Bitter. And we are not going to check Hyrule Castle
There,
Ferret.
that's two. Oh, that's the worst possible outcome.
I
Really,
mean,
game? I mean, it does give us Spirit Temple. But come on!
if Hammer is just in spirit, though, it's pretty much. Oh,
Or there's Shadow Trial. Nope, that's not it. One more chest, but Flouche chooses to not climb up to Validation Chest at this point, knows that Spirit Temple is, I mean, by the number of checks alone, just more likely to be it. So that's where he's headed next. Volc, on the other hand, has done Child Spirit, has peeked or has checked 4 places, has a small key. So if Flouche finds no small key in these first 2 adult checks, Volc is actually not behind at all, because Flouche will need to do another H change then.
yep. We will see what happens. All right.
Yeah, Shadow Trial 2 was in the dead. So let's see.
See what's on this check.
Compass chest is Songs Are Still Hard.
Songs are always hard.
This is the boss key.
Still need a small
Required, but not sufficient.
key, oh.
This is not Link to the Past, where a big key just replaces all small keys. I think that was Link to the Past, right?
I never actually played Link to the Past. So this is, as some people call it, I believe, squeaky bum time for Flouche. Does he find a small key in this check?
Flouche did not do child cleanup. He has, and that is not.
Nope.
Oh, that is a small
Oh, that
key.
is. It looked like just a brown check when
Link to the
room
Past
loaded.
does not work that way. I guess I lied to you, Chad. I do remember some Zelda game just the big key takes away all the need for all small keys, but maybe I just dreamed that.
Volc setting his roars in validation chest room.
That makes sense.
Yep. Another key. And pretty sure one of these checks in this room has to be a key. Like I said, I don't presume to understand spirit key logic.
You are correct, though.
There's a key, there's Volc's strength 2, so they'll probably go right to spirit after this. And Flouche is not checking the have Din's Flouche. Is that hinted? And I just missed it?
No, I don't think so. He just wants to get to the boss as quickly as possible. Does he have a beat on where that hammer is that we don't?
Maybe thinking it's
At this point, he's basically go-moding this dungeon.
Yeah, interesting. Could work out. Could not. We'll see.
That's a big chest.
Yep.
Annoying damage boost here with these two in the way, but that is just a Deku Seed bag, just another
troll
well,
item.
not even close to go mode. Chat is a fickle beast. Someone hears go mode, they start yelling go mode. It's like the stock market. Someone hears buy, they start buying stocks.
Oh, question is Flouche going to go back in and do these checks after beating Rova?
Or at least after melting the face, it seems. Interesting choice. Basically, what he's done is did the checks that he knew he absolutely needed to do to get to Twin Rover.
With long shot, you can easily long shot back up there.
Yeah, no trick required. So you're just hovering off of here, doing the adult side checks first here, interesting, and then probably walking down the child side.
Yep. I think that fire is going to be our last dungeon. So we should be able to go mode fire. Nothing in the mirror chest room. I thought that was a big chest.
No, I think both of those were small, but I'm not 100% convinced on the left side there. I think if you can side up onto it though, then it's a small.
Yeah, again, I'm not a top 32 runner, so I'm gonna defer to Flouche there.
And welcome to Blue Roses for you and friends. Welcome to a bit of a logical mess of a seed. We had early Shadow Temple. We had actually not a logical mess so much as the runners digging their own grave. We had eye drops on Talon, which both runners basically immediately scummed away and then got to do their whole entire trade quest to get to the boomerang on Bigoron. Well.
And we had those eye drops in about 10 minutes, and then we found out the hint like 5 minutes after that.
Yep, right after they were scummed. But neither runner lost time on it because both made that choice.
Oh, is Rova gonna have our hammer, or is it gonna be a hunt for strength 3?
Well, could also just be in Shadow Temple. Sorry, Shadow Temple. How did my brain go from GTG to Shadow Temple? No idea, but what I meant was GTG.
GTG, well, water or fire? JD.
Idiot suggesting GTG has strength 3. That would be rude, but that's actually not the worst outcome. The worst outcome is GTG just having nothing and your strength 3 chilling on someone like Phantom Ganon, and that strength upgrade in Ganon's castle being path just for the fact that you need that as well for getting into Light Trial. Hmm?
It'll also be interesting to see if Volc comes into play. If Flouche does the check that Volc did as child. Looks like Volc is gonna orphan Frogs in the Rain. If 4 Restore Water Strength 3 would be great for Volc.
Does look like Why is Volc's streams paused on my side? Probably not a miss. There we go. Just having some tech issues here, folks.
And
Nothing to worry about.
Volc getting bodied by the Iron Knuckle.
Right. And that is Flouche done with Twin Rover. Meanwhile, Volc is just making his way up the final climb here.
We will see what Twin Rova has. And just the
Nothing.
bloopy. So where does Flouche go next? They have Good Dip Forest. They could go back Child and do some checks. What will they do? Looks like they're going to backwalk to GTG. Oh, and they're going to do the this check that they nope. Decided not to.
Playing Sun Song.
They tried to do
get
this check
that 20 skulls out of the way.
Yep. They tried to do this check earlier and forgot they didn't have ZL. As Volc is entering the Iron Knuckle before Twin Rova fight. Yep. They'll be getting the 20th skull on. Oh, going Child. They will probably check. Might get another chance for Treasure Chest game. Nope, immediately going to, do they already have 20 skulls? Oh, maybe they just need one more.
And that would be the canonical last skull in Kakariko then.
Yep. Up with the, So I'm not sure if they checked Dampe, so you could also check Dampe too.
20 for Flouche, and
20
then...
for Flouche.
That's what I said.
Nope. Great minds think alike.
Indeed. But fools seldom differ. Anyway, Flouche is now desperate enough to open the well. But first, 20 skull check, obviously.
We're pretty sure it's a casino either for Strength 3. We think it's a casino for Strength 3 with Hammer and Light Trial, but we will see if it is that simple or if it's something else. Here comes the 20 skull check as Volc is going to start fighting Form 2 of Twin Rova.
And the answer is not 20 skulls. I'll be right back.
Now it's a well check. Okay. Yeah. The strength was in water trial or ice trial, so it's not strength locked. All right, Twin Rova down for Volc, and Flouche is going to start descent into well. The question will be, where does Volc go after this? Volc goes somewhere else, just for the drama, but we will see. I don't know if you want a commentator that really understands, and they're probably going child. If you want a commentator that really understands logic, you're talking to the wrong one. All right, so
May I recommend asking
child.
Jackstronomy for help?
Yeah.
If that's what you need. But anyway, Flouche is in the well, and so it seems is Volc.
Yep. Yep. Feels bad when you just see one runner following the other. So far, it's pretty dry. Not a single one of them went to the strength 2 check in BTG before immediately warping back child. Oh, there is a big chest in the basement. It's the third bow. First. Yep, that's definitely what it looks like.
Oh boy, we're heading into Forest Temple. If that is the answer, Volc gets some time back, because Volc has already done the courtyard in here.
Yep. And in a couple minutes, Volc is going to see that big chest in the bottom of well and be like, oh, that's it? Nope. It could still be in the strength 2 checks out at GTG.
Actually, it can't really be, as Din pointed out. Most of the strength 2 checks in GTG are just going to be keys. I think there's at least 3, maybe 4 keys in the like room. Like, that's not a spoiler. We counted keys, and there was barely any outside of that.
Ekwari, we're in Hammer Go, but it's most likely going to be Strength 3 for Hammer and Light Trial. It'll be very interesting at what point Volc enters Forest, if it is indeed in here. I think the key count was maybe 4. And Volc going Sacred Forest Meadow as child. Don't know if they didn't do the Strength 2 check, or it could be some checks in Goron City. Could be Shadow Pot, could be Dancing Dad. We don't have hints for either. Shadow Pot could be Goron Pot or Dancing Dad. We don't have hints for either of those.
Volc seems to have decided to clear Child entirely here before.
Imagine if it's just here. Hey, those Bombachus I was talking about. Okay, so if Flouche continues on in Forest, this will all be new information for us. But Volc, you stopped. I don't know what Volc's doing. Oh, my... Didn't check this. That's what it is. And Volc says they're missing a hint. Still checking the hints down, and that was the Stinger's dead check. Alright, what do we have? What will Dancing Dad and the Pot have? Will they have what we need? Or is it just going to be deeper in Forest? Or is it going to be in water and it's going to be Oops AD? That is strength 3.
That is strength 3.
That is probably GG, but
we will see. So far, we know nothing, but that might very well be what decides this race. If that just gets us into Light Trial, where I mean, it'll get us into Light Trial. If that just has our hammer, that will be GG. But
and I'm 100%. I do not check the race timer when I'm tracking or commentating, so I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, that's a. Would you call that a French vanilla strength?
That is very vanilla, actually. That is like Darunia literally gets you your first strength upgrade. That is absolutely vanilla. Volc is using Furor's Wind now to get back into Ganon's castle.
Yep, this will probably be for we think hammer in Light Trial, and yep, setting it again so that when they smash Volvagia, they can just warp back. Alright, is it in Light Trial, or did we get the logic all screwed up?
The odds are pretty good that we didn't.
And, yep, Ferris, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you do things that insanely right, and you just make one wrong check. There's a big chest in Light Trial.
And that's it. Well. There is no world, I'm sorry, but I hate calling a race early, but there is no world where Flouche still catches this up. Because he is committed at this point. Because he made a play, right? He made a play going into Forest Temple and looking for the item there. He is committed to seeing that to its end.
Yep.
So he will be playing Forest Temple. He will be in Forest Temple maybe even when Volc finishes this seed, depending on where his boss key for Volvagia is. No sorry, no Bolero for you, Volc. You do need to hike there.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, thought to play Bolero and then had the I don't have it. I think Flouche will be past Fan Ganon when he gets the unfortunate news. It's like you said, I don't see a world where Flouche catches up here. It's true purple. I mean, this is the check dense. Only two checks to do, and one of them was what he needed.
It was indeed strength 2 actually being strength 3 actually being vanilla on Darunia, and that getting us into light trial for the hammer, which is the true path to Volvagia in Ganon's castle.
Yep. Now the question is, where is the boss key?
I'm gonna call
Just
vanilla.
in the big... You can call vanilla.
Yes.
I'm gonna call the seed's gonna be nice to us. It's gonna be in the next room. The big, big
vanilla
room,
is
vanilla.
basically like the boss key loop underneath Link's feet here.
Yep. It took me a minute to be like, oh, that's not highest score on. That's just the loop.
Well, if the key is deep fire, we're going deep fire.
Yep, if the key is deep fire, we're going deep fire. It's still way too much time probably for Flouche here. And we will see if it is right here or if it's on Tobias's guess.
We'll see.
It's true. Rando is gonna rando.
Yeah, and sometimes you are the one getting rando. There is really nothing to be done about this. Both runners made a call. Both runners had to guess where to go to for the next for their next unlocking item. I was wrong, definitely. Both of these checks are keys. So both runners basically had to guess. The seed had given us all information that it was going to give us. So it was at this point just a gamble on where to go next. And it turns out that Volc made the right choice, and Flouche, unfortunately, the wrong choice. That says basically nothing about Flouche's qualities as a runner, and everything about the fact that sometimes Rando just does random things.
Like Tobias said, it comes down to a choice, and sometimes you just unfortunately make the wrong one.
That's a big chest with that Goron? No.
It looked like a big chest. I mean, I think we still have a couple upgrades that could be in there.
I mean, might be, but obviously Volc is not interested.
Yep. No need to grab it. Alright, so I was wrong as well. We're going deeper.
Let's keep digging. If you don't see the go mode, fire can't hurt you. Shortcut
Yeah, go
also
mode
isn't the
fire.
answer.
Go mode fire never has an easy boss key.
I think that's actually illegal, yeah.
Apologize for my silence there. The quick temperature check.
As long as your thermometer doesn't beep at you angrily, you're fine.
I muted my microphone. 98.2. I don't know what that is in units the rest of the world uses, but I know it's less than 37. So no fever anymore, which is nice.
That's good news.
Now, does Flouche... Are they going to go to water is going to be the question. Are we going to get an OoT?
Hammer's in light trial, but strength 3 is on Dancing Dad. And yeah, it does look like Flouche is headed into water. This makes sense. From his point of view, this makes total sense.
Certainly does.
You commit to digging for items in dungeons, go get to the next dungeon and keep digging. It is really just that simple. That's a big chest again, still nothing we would ever need.
The check dent, it's a density check.
This is not a density check.
Well,
I mean, Water Temple has four items among 6 keys.
Well, you can say it's denser than Child. I'll go around
7
city,
keys, actually, if you count the boss key.
Well, a literal number of item checks is another reason I hate water. And there we go.
Boss key. All right. So I'm gonna call that the last check of mid-fire. And we're going.
Dad is Dancing Dad, which is when you play Saria's song for Darunia. In the vanilla game, he gives you strength 1.
Correct.
So called Darunia's Joy, but we refer to it as Dancing Dad. He's one of the few adult characters in this game. Chuckles is dad. Oh. There's an item in water. Another bomb bag. I'm getting troll hold a little bit there. That feels really bad, especially when you probably feel behind. Yes, Volc does have furores in IGC. Flouche has their furores in Fire Temple, assuming they didn't reset it in IGC. Couple good hits with the bow there for Volc. And Flouche going through fire, not finding anything other than a larger bomb bag. Or through water, not finding anything better than a bigger bomb bag. Alright, this should be the final hit for Volc on Volvagia. Almost missed there. And that is the snake down, so that is off to Ganon's castle. Yeah, purple. It's not a great. It is quite a meme check because it is technically a vanilla strength.
Not just technically, but the problem is just that Zelda's Lullaby was so ridiculously late in this seed that you were never actually going to check this.
Yep.
Unless you were forced to. By making a gamble.
I think if this was a koala, it would have been a last location for a lot of people.
It would have been a massacre.
You would have seen that first person finish and would have been like, what the hell? What did I miss? Alright. So Volc is going to go back into fire, warp the Ganons, and get some bacon for us.
And for Roar's Wind, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, there was really a lot of stuff in Goron City, so you do kind of tell yourself there can't possibly be one item I need in there after you already found K-Sword, but wound up being there. Still on like the Goron, I'm pretty sure there was another big chest in the maze, so... Alright, it's time to play some tennis with Ganondorf. As Flouche is heading towards Darklink and the River Loop. Platform, interesting. Slightly different sort of strat. Alright. Gets a nice hit off on Ganondorf and... Oh, missed one. Yeah, shield flicks, that feels really, really bad in a race.
Oh. But he gets a freebie.
Yep.
You do not, in fact, need to spin attack to throw back these energy balls at him. You can just toss a light arrow in his face again.
And Flouche is bailing out of fire. Or water. Probably gonna go deeper in fire now. Wondering if maybe the strength 3 is in fire, not the worst, you know.
Which I think has seen all of the items in Water Temple, which is why he was bailing.
Remember, there's only 4 in water.
Correct.
And there's no point to getting... Oh, so we're gonna see what this check and fire is that,
Well, let's see what that item was that Volc left behind.
No reason to check.
Insult to injury! Good lord!
Yeah, that hurts.
Because that is just about the last check Flouche will see here before seeing that Volc has just done.
Yep, not going to be enough time for him to check that other big chest. It's going to be about, what, 2 minutes, minute and a half, and it'll be GG.
Yep.
It's pretty mean by the
Flouche is
seed.
done. Indeed.
Flouche is going back child.
And that's GG. Or rather,
Yep,
almost GG. For Volc. Get that in chat.
Oh, he's going to make an attempt towards Treasure chest mini game, but
Yeah, that is too late. Too little, too late. Flouche made a gamble. He stuck to it. That absolutely makes sense. He made correct choices from his point of view. But unfortunately, they were the wrong choices in this particular seed. GG's to Volc, staying alive in the lower bracket, finishing in first place with a time of 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 50 seconds. And commiserations to Flouche, who obviously immediately forfeited after this, because that's obviously heartbreaking. This was a go big or go home match. One of them was going to stay in the tournament. The other one was going to leave, and unfortunately, that means Flouche is out. That's it for Flouche. And well, what's all that's left for us to do at this point? Because both Flouche and Volc unfortunately chose or said that they, well, unfortunately is the wrong word, said that they don't feel comfortable with their level of English speaking to join us for an interview, is to actually get you all over to Green Pepper, who has been restreaming this race in French, and listen to the interview there. And before...
I was just going to say thank you to my co-commentator Tobias, thank you to our trackers, and thank you to the runners for letting us stream. It's always enjoyable.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to all of them. Thank you to Green Pepper CH. That's right. Okay. Thank you to everyone who made this restream possible, as Nyquil already said, and thank you specifically also to our runners. They forego audience interaction when we restream them. Obviously, they can't talk to their audience because they need to provide clean audio for us. So do give them a follow and watch some of their content when they don't have to be quiet for a restream. Join us again soon on Zelda Speedruns for more OOTR coverage and obviously other Zelda games as well. We're looking forward to that. And thank you for watching. Let's go right over to Green Pepper and see and listen to our runners interview here. Bye, everyone.
Good night.